Welcome to Sew Very Easy. My name is Laura, and accurate seam allowances are often very important in our sewing. And a lot of machines do have the markings on the beds. But if we move those needles, those markings are not correct. Or perhaps we have a machine that doesn't have the markings. So we need to know the placement of the needle and where the edge of the fabric is going to run in order to have the seam allowance that we want. And there's a little ruler that can help with that measurement. The buddy ruler has little holes in the ruler, and those holes are designed so that the sewing machine needle will sit in the hole, and we're going to be able to use the edge of the ruler as a guide. And there's lots of things we can use along that edge to use as a guide. We can follow a line that we have on the machine bed, or we can put something so that we can follow along that edge. You can also get little vinyl strips that you're going to be able to put along the edge of the ruler to mark the edge as to where your fabric is going to go. It's a little piece of repositionable vinyl, and that will be able to change on the bed to where you want the seam allowance to go. And when you're done, you're going to be able to just put it back and store it. Let me show you at the machine how easy these two products work together. The ruler has these 4 little holes, and those holes are designed for you to put your sewing machine needle in while you're at the machine. So if we're going to be checking our 1/4 inch seam allowance, we're going to put the needle in the 1/4 inch hole. I've taken my foot off so you can see this. Just by turning the wheel, I'm going to put the needle in that hole. The needle will fit perfect inside that hole. Along this edge is going to be my 1/4 inch mark. So if I have a machine that I want to change the position of the needle, I'm going to be able to use this 1/4 inch edge as a mark. If you're accustomed sewing a 1/4 inch, and all of a sudden you need to use a 1/2 inch, move the ruler, have the needle go into whatever hole you want that proper seam allowance, and that edge is the proper measurement. This gives you an opportunity to check the measurements on your machine bed, and you're going to be able to change the needle position and know what line you're going to use. You can mark it with many different things, but there is a product that has these little strips, and they're reusable plastic adhesive strips. They have a little thickness to them, so it's going to help the fabric run along the edge, and they don't damage the machine. If I'm using the 5/8 seam allowance, I'm going to be able to put the ruler there, and then right along this edge, lay that plastic strip. Once I've lifted up the needle and have removed the ruler, I know that from my needle to the edge of this piece of adhesive is going to be the measurement that I need, and in this case, it's 5/8. If we need to change it to a 1/2 inch, we can put the needle back down in the 1/2 inch mark, pick up that vinyl strip, and just reposition it. When the ruler is removed, now we have the 1/2 inch mark. The ruler and those vinyl strips work great together. And when you're done, it comes off and can be stored right on the same card. I like to have these two products together. It's a great thing if someone is starting to learn how to sew, because they're going to be able to use the repositional guides as a guide, and the ruler with the little hole marks will help them identify exactly what seam allowances look like, and they can always be changed to different seam allowances. They're safe for the sewing machine. They come off and on really easily. I'll put a link in the description to both of the items so you can check them out. Thank you for joining me today on Sew Very Easy. Feel free to subscribe, and as always, come on back. Let's see what we're sewing next time in the sewing room. Bye for now.